Good evening, everybody. Today I want to show you how to install Alpine Linux on with the help of Xen Orchestra. I've installed the open source version of Xen Orchestra on a virtual machine on an Ubuntu 22, and I also set up an XCP NG server on a Proxmox server, so it's a host running on Proxmox, and this is my host for hosting the Alpine virtual machine, and I want to show you how to set up the Alpine. I go to Home VMs and I say with the button New VM to create a new VM. I select my created pool, and under template I choose other install media. I give the VM the name Alpine-3-20, which is the version. I choose 2 CPUs, 2 GB of RAM. I use 2 sockets, and I choose my already downloaded ISO image, Alpine standard. I use the pool-wide network associated with ETH0, and I add a disk with the size of 5 GB. That should be enough. Press create. So I switch to console and make the picture a little bit brighter. Now the Alpine Linux is booting. I pause the video for a second, or maybe let's wait. Okay, the ISO image has booted up completely. So now I log in as root without a password, and Alpine Linux tells me to use the command setup alpine to install the system. You can set up the system with the command setup alpine. So let's do this. First, I have a German keyboard, and it's not so easy to find the right keys, but yeah, with a little experience, it's not too hard. Setup Alpine. The first thing is to change the keyboard layout. And I have a German keyboard without dead keys. And now my keyboard will be fine. I give it the same host name, which I choose for the VM. The interface is the right one. I want to use DHCP and no extra network device. I give it a new root password. The time zone is Europe / Berlin. I don't have any proxy. Cronny for time synchronization is fine. Why not? I use the default here. Set up a user. Yes, I want to set up a user. Give it my name and type a password for my user. And this is a very important point. I have a GitHub account with where I can download my public key, and I now give the URL, the Alpine Linux installation. It's github.com/my username and keys at the end. And yes, I want to set up an open SSH server. And here I have my disk, which we configured for the VM. I type the name of the disk and want to use LVM. And I want to use the sys partition into it. Yes, please erase the disk. It must warn me, because it could be that any data are on the disk, and so I could ask myself again if I want to do it. Okay, so now the system will be installed on my new device. The LVM, the logical volume, has been set up already. The system is installed now, I guess. Okay. Now I type reboot. And the next time the machine comes up, it will boot from its own disk. Okay. On the right side, we see the action on the disk, and on the left, this is the CPU usage, I guess. We can also switch over to this stats overview, and because we don't have already installed the guest tools, we don't see any memory usage information. And here we can see that our Alpine is booting from the disk. And here we see, now we see it boots from the disk. And now I can log in, and we see also it got the IP address we see here. It's at the end 130, and now I can try to connect to the machine from my Mac. And here we are. It comes around because I played before a little bit with another Linux host, and he informs me that I have this IP address already in use in my known host file, but it doesn't matter. I know what I do. It's just a warning. And here I am on my Alpine. But there is one more important thing. There is no sudo installed. So on the command line I can log in with root. On the virtual console I can log in with root with the password we choose in the setup. And here there is no command vi sudo. And I also cannot install it right now. The package manager is apk, and normally I do the following: apk add sudo, but it tells me it cannot find the package, and the reason is the community repository is commented out. So first of all, we can install the Vim editor. And now I use the Vim editor to open up the repository file. It's etc apk repositories. And here you can see the community repository is commented out. I commented in. Write the file, close it, and now I have to update the apk stuff. The apk cache, and now I can install sudo. And now I can run the command vi sudo. And now I want to give my user the full right. And before we do that, let's have a look in what groups I use, which group I'm already in. And we see it's the wheel group I'm already in. So I can just search for wheel inside here. And this is the example line for giving the wheel group all sudo rights. And I don't want to use a password. So I put here no pass wd into it, save the file, quit the file, and now I can go to my command line here, log off and log in, and now I can switch to root without any password. Let's check it. I am root, and that's it. This is very important because I I cannot log in with root from via SSH because it's forbidden. Sure, you can configure it in a SSHD config file, but nobody want to do this because this is a security issue, I guess. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy my screencast. And yeah, why we would use Alpine at all? Because it's very small, it boots up very quick, it needs no so much resources, and it's perfect for container environments and stuff. So I guess it is good to play around with it a little bit just to know it, how it works and stuff. Okay, you can give me a thumb up if you want, subscribe my channel, it's for free, you know. Bye bye.